I like to be intense, and I feel like that just comes from growing up in New York and just playing basketball like in the city.
Thanks to her upbringing, Hanson played on some of the most famous pickup basketball courts in the world, like Dykeman.
It's very personal, and so it's kind of about being creative and expressing who you are on the floor.
And that NYC mentality was a deciding factor when choosing her basketball future.
I came here in the first place is just that gritty, like competitive, like chip on your shoulder style of play.
Lauren attributes a lot of her success to her time with Exodus NYC, a program for girls hoops in New York. The program's director says a lot of its success is due to Lauren.
I got a phone call like, hey, you got to come see this sixth grader. And went out there to go watch her workout. And it was kind of like, you could see it from 12 years old. She just had it. I could say she's the real reason why the program is where it is today.
The program means just as much to Lauren as Lauren meant to the program, and not only will it be with her forever, but on her forever.
He just taught me like to be unapologetically myself, to never back down from a challenge and things like that. So just got a tattoo on my leg because it just meant so much to me, and it like kind of made me who I am. So
another person who's had a major impact on Hanson's life is longtime basketball trainer Ralph Rossetti, who's happy to watch Lauren Hanson grow.
The biggest change in her is the maturity of being confident who she is as a woman on and off the floor.
For Ralph, he knows basketball is Lauren's passion and wants her to be proud of how far she's come.
I want her to do it and be extremely happy. I want her to look in the mirror and smile at herself and just know that she's overcome a lot of things that people can't. So that's all I want for her. It's just straight happiness.
They talked about like paying it forward, like getting better, like making it better for future generations, like they did for us.
The Spartans have improved their facilities in recent years, giving a new look to the school.
Bringing them in has really brought like what we have now into a different perspective, because back in the day, they used to have like grass, no locker room and stuff like that. It just really puts into perspective how good we have in it.
For linebacker Gabe Flood, it motivates him to think about what the predecessors brought to the table.
Before the game, that kind of get us in the mood and get us going and really thinking about what this program means to us. And they kind of just, I don't know, hype us up, get us in the zone, locked in.
Coach McDowell's message of look at how good you have it is reiterated by the former players.
You know, the turf wasn't here, the weight room and the stuff that we have now. Maybe it wasn't as nice for them. You know, some of the older guys that have come through. It's good for our kids to hear that have laid the foundation for this thing long before they were even here. And so when they see it firsthand and they hear it firsthand, I think it means more.
Senior wide receiver Darius Wallace wants to make sure he puts their message into the work he does on the field.
Playing good on the field on Friday nights and giving our community what they came here to see.
The Spartan mindset of paying it forward echoes throughout Moberly.
I feel more of a drive for the sport than I ever have.
Senior Marquette Hanson went to school in Warrensburg, where one day he decided that running was for him.
I had like an awakening one day, and I was like, man, what am I doing? And since then, I just really put my head down and just focused on getting things done every single day to try and be the best version of myself.
For his head coach, the past few months have been important in establishing a relationship.
So Marquette's, he's been really fun for me to get to know. We're still on this path together.
She says that he's become a role model.
Standing teammate, a better person, and just someone who they feel like they can look up to and know that he's going to get the job done when it counts.
This past summer, Marquette lost his father, who had adopted him at a young age to pancreatic cancer. He knew that there was only one way to honor him.
The way I could think of to honor his legacy was to change my name to make sure that everybody knew when I have these successes and whenever I do well on the track, off the track, in academics or whatever it is in my career going forward, that I honor his name and let everybody know that truly I am a Hanson.
Marquette and his brother wear a chain with the letter H on it.
It means a lot to me. If I lost this, I'd probably freak out.
Hanson received support from his teammates after his father's passing.
Just like checking in and stuff. We all had t-shirts made, just stuff like that.
Marquette holds the memory of his father every time he runs.
He was my biggest supporter. He's the reason why I am the man that I am today. If it wasn't for him, I would be a totally different human being.
Making his late father proud is what this season is all about for Marquette.
I think he's going to be really successful this year, and I think a big part of it is that he wants to honor Don his dad.
The legacy of Donald Hanson will always have a place in Marquette Hanson's heart.
Long live Donald Hanson.
Boonville nearly won the Tri-County Conference a year ago, and the Pirates are back with visions of taking the next step in 2022. The Pirates are a year older after sending a pretty young team into the highly competitive Tri-County Conference last year. Head coach Greg Howe has seen a new culture take hold the past couple of seasons, which has the Pirates setting their sights high. The Tolton Trailblazers are entering their 4th season under head coach Michael Agnew, and building a strong culture has been an emphasis for him. The former Mizzou tight end led the Blazers to a 5-4 season last year, which was their first winning season since he took the job in 2019. Agnew says the culture of the program is trending in the right direction. And at Harrisburg, the Bulldogs are coming off one of their best seasons in program history, but they lost many of their talented seniors who helped them win 8 games last year. So the Bulldogs are going with a unique approach this year, utilizing multi-talented senior Anthony Alicia in a variety of ways on offense. The Daniel Boone All-Stars were in an elimination game against Italy today in the Little League Softball World Series, and the Como kids thumped Italy to advance. 4 runs in the first inning alone, including this 2-run single from Riley Ellsworth. Columbia exploded for 7 runs in the third. Here's an RBI double by McKenna Gibson to make it 10-0. And later in the inning, Jalen Brown makes it a dozen runs for Como, and Columbia goes on to win 12-0 and advances and will play again on Friday. Into the major leagues, where the Cardinals were in Colorado wrapping up a 3-game series with the Rockies. A gorgeous day at Coors Field, but a rough inning for Genesis Cabrera, as Brandon Rogers just tanks a 3-run shot to make it 7-2, but no game is over at Coors Field. Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado go back-to-back in the 8th to make it a 3-run game. And as Arenado came up as the go-ahead run in the 9th, but he strikes out looking to end it. And the Rockies take 2 of 3 from the Cards, who will look to bounce back tomorrow night at home against the Brewers. And the Royals were also in action, looking to take 3 out of 4 from the White Sox with a win. Vinny Pasquantino, with his 3rd homer of the series and 6th of his rookie season, gave the Royals an early lead. And the Royals got an insurance run in the 7th, with Nicky Lopez driving in 2 to make it 3-0. KC would hold on and go on to win 5-3. And that's sports.